early. Have a seat.
Thanks for meeting with me today, Winnie. Or should I say Captain Ford, now that you've been promoted?
Tony, you're like family. It's Winnie. Now, what was so important that made you travel all the way out here? You itching to get back on the force?
I'm not here for that, Winnie. I gave up trying to be a detective a long time.
Had some really beautiful drone shots of the city and the landscape. The fights were choreographed super well. I loved how the camera followed the action just seamlessly, and it was all edited together beautifully. Yeah, overall, they gorgeously set up shots in this film. It was all really great looking. Some of the shots looked like they could be a still image, a portrait, which is really cool. I really liked the likable, effortlessly cool hero that we had. He had the suit and the loose pony going on, just so cool. I also enjoyed that we had a strong female character as well in this, who got to fight on her own. Tony Hahn is just so cool.
The voiceover in the beginning of this was so great. I loved the inflection and the emotion was there. It kind of, it draws you in and it makes you curious and it makes you want to find out more. I think that the filmmakers were really clever in how they did this. It reminded me a bit of like film noir kind of things, and they had the suspense in it. They built the story really, really well. All of the actors were great. Everybody was so believable, and the cinematography was perfect. It was definitely stylized, and I loved the style that they kind of chose with it. I thought that the blood effects that they did were great. Combat scenes, fantastic. A lot of this was combat scenes, obviously, in camera. They weren't using a green screen, so kudos to that.
An exciting and engaging short film, especially it being a sequel, and much more than that. I haven't actually seen the first one, but what I can tell from the sequel, the first was super fun and created much more suspense and thrill to the concept. With the sequel, the antiques were raised and the story was not only fun and riveting, it was well planned, structured, and rehearsed. From the fight scenes to the acting, everything felt super real and engaging. It felt mysterious, which is what the genre was, and it made for such a fun watch overall.
I really like the costumes and the production design of it all. Like using like the warehouse locations and dojo locations and all of that. I think y'all use those to the best possible degree. I think that speaks to good directing. I really like the concept, the whole like seedy underworld detective vibe gave me like kind of like John Wick, The Raid, that type of vibe. And I always liked those movies, and I liked it in John Wick, I liked it in The Raid, and I liked it here.
I thought it was a great kind of combination of a, detective feel along with a kind of old school samurai feel. I thought it was a nice blend of the two because you clearly have this very urban setting where it's like in the middle of a city, and the not politics but the navigating the fact that it is in fact a large city, but then also you throw in this really kind of fun, intriguing element of the Yakuza and picking a sword and all of these kind of other parts. I thought it was really, really fun. I thought it was really, really well done. Like I said, I liked the combination of kind of like the classic detective feel meets this kind of samurai feel, which I thought they kind of did, that they did well, that they incorporated both, and they did it in a believable way to have kind of both elements there.